What's up, guys? I'm Joe from Subtle Art Soap. I appreciate you stopping by the channel. Hope you're all doing well. So we are shaving with a new soap. Comes out later this week. Rise and Shine. Now this is a citrus bomb. If you like citrus fragrances, this is a citrus bomb. The scent notes on this are sweet orange, pink grapefruit, orange blossom, peach mango, and cedar. Now, you hear the peach and the mango in there, you might be thinking that this is going to be super, super sweet. It's not. That's what the cedar's for. Kind of calms everything down. And we do have a matching splash for it too. Now, this is one that I wanted to do last year, but by the time I got the fragrance sorted out, it was getting close to fall. And I wasn't going to release like a summery, fresh, bright citrus fragrance in the fall. So we held on to it till now, and we're releasing it this week. And this is going to be the perfect summer fragrance. So we're getting it out now and run it all through summer, and who knows, maybe this will be one that sticks around for a while. And the razor that we're going to be using, the Dovo Best. I honed this one on a convex caudicle, and I'm really curious to see how the edge came out, because initially it wasn't a convex caudicle that it was honed on. It was honed on a black shadow, I think. So I changed up the edge on that, so I'm curious to see how that turns out. Brush we're going to be using, a fine accoutrements, basic shave brush, and I have a fine accoutrements bowl. And I already have some soap loaded in there. So I'm going to wet my face, put a little pre-shave soap on, and then we'll get going with the shave. All right, we got our pre-shave soap on. Now, I didn't mention how long it's been since I shaved, but it's, you can tell, it's a while. So one thing I like to do once I put the pre-shave soap on is just kind of wet my hands and create a little bit of a lather. You're not going to get a thick lather like a shave soap. You're going to get a lather like a bath soap. That's what I like to do while I'm getting the rest of the shave going here. Now this pre-shave soap, it is much, much slicker than, not as slick as our shave soap, but significantly slicker than a bath soap, and that's the whole idea. So I put the pre-shave soap on, and then I just kind of wet my hands and then build up a little bit of a lather. Now right out of the gate, you're going to pick up grapefruit and orange, and then that's going to start to kind of calm down a little bit. A little bit more water in here. Hang on a second, let me adjust. I got a little microphone here, it's starting to kind of fall down. All right. All right, let's get going here. I think the last video I did was like 8 days ago, and that's the last time I shaved. So I really want to get this lather worked in here. That's when I don't shave. My whiskers come in like wire, like steel wool. Let's check out this edge. It's been a little bit since I honed on that convex cuticle because I've been messing around with the black and the green shadow so much. So curious to see how this does on this amount of growth. Actually, let me go up this way first. Not bad. Gotta love a cuticle edge. My hair is weird on my neck. The direction that it grows, two different directions here. So, all right, let's start taking this down. There we go. Oh, I took care of that. Took care of that pretty good. I thought about just letting it all grow, but I haven't had significant facial hair since the early 90s. I went into the military in 1993 and obviously had to be clean shaven every day. Got out of the military. Went to work for Safety Clean Environmental. And we had to wear full face respirators on a regular basis, so you had to be clean shaven for that. And then I got a job with the sheriff's office. And the most you could have for that was a mustache, which I wasn't interested in, so. Let's see. All right, I'm thinking. Let's see how let's see how this looks. I don't know. I don't know. You know what? Let's see. Let's leave that. Let's leave that and see what that looks like. I've never had a goatee, ever. All right, now I'm curious. All right, I'm gonna do a little rinse. I'm gonna do a second pass, and we'll contemplate keeping this here. All right, we're back. You know what? We're gonna give this a try. It is super gray, and I don't care. I don't care at all. This will be different. I'll just have to just make sure I keep it trimmed, because I'll get if I keep this, I will get weird about it being even. That's just how it is. That's just how it is with me. All right. All right. Well, let's see. Super comfortable edge. See, now the longer I have this soap, you can start to pick up how that scent's starting to change. I've never had to be that precise with shaving here. Making sure I keep lines. This will be interesting. All right. I'll do another little rinse, and then I'm gonna, I think, do a little touch up here. So I'm already noticing I got a little uneven, so. All right, yeah, we'll see how this works. All right, final rinse, and then we'll finish up. All right, we are all rinsed off, and it looks like it's pretty even. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, we'll see how it works out. All right, aftershave or Rise and Shine. Yeah. That is a citrus bomb coming out of there. Very nice. Very nice. All right, let's do a recap. Put the top back on here. Soap. New soap comes out this week. Rise and Shine. Matching splash. Razor Dovo Best. This is the 5/8. Now, I did want to mention, I should have mentioned this earlier. I do have one of these left in stock on our website. It was opened for display. The box has been opened. The razor itself is still wrapped in its original factory packaging, but I opened it up just so I could do a display with it. And I have it in our deals section. So if you go to our website, go to our deals section, I'll put a link down below. You can pick one of these up, 90 bucks. The only reason I'm selling it for 90 bucks is because, like I said, it's an open box. So I don't want to sell it as brand new because it was opened and people were looking at it. But, you know, if you want if you want a Dovo Best at a crazy price, I got one left at 90 bucks. Fine accoutrements brush. I do have a couple of these left in stock. And fine accoutrements bowl. The bowls I am sold out of, so I will have to get another order in soon. All right, guys, that'll do it. Thanks for watching, and have a good week, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.